In this video, I'm going to be talking about the ideas surrounding trust and surrender. Basically, what it means to our society, and what it's come to mean to me personally over time. So, what got me to want to make this video is I was talking with my brother the other day, and I asked him a question along the lines of, in order for man, as in all of humanity, society, and whatnot, in order for man to reunite with each other in a peaceful, harmonious way, do you think that it requires trust, surrender, or both? And he thought really long about it, and I could tell that he was having trouble with that question because of the ideas that have been imposed in our minds of what trust is and what surrender is, and what society thinks of those things typically when the word arises, is kind of different than how I feel about it and what those words mean to me. And that's what I want to make this video about, is that kind of difference. So when you think of the word trust, you think of, I guess letting down your boundaries between that person and becoming comfortable with them, being at a level of comfort with them. And this is the typical understanding of the word trust, is you've when you trust somebody, you've let your guard down on them. You've accepted them into your circle, so to say. And I feel that it kind of has this tone to it, which is like, yes, like kind of what trust is in that scenario is, yeah, I guess you're all right, I'll let you in type thing, where like it's this you're on the edge of your seat, not sure about this person, you're on guard. And then the idea of this trust is you've gone, okay, you're all right, you know. And it seems to be this like cultish like thing with yourself and that other person, is like, if you are like, yeah, they're all right, you know what I mean. And then when you think of surrender, which has an even heavier tone to it that I kind of disagree with. When you think of the word surrender, I usually think of this feeling of weakness and giving up and letting the other win, and you have flashed your white flag, you have put down your sword, or whatever analogy you want to use. You've given in to the situation and are now allowing them to control you and do as they please with you, is what people kind of think of when they hear surrender. Is you're giving in and letting them have it and letting them be the winner, or succumbing to your failure amongst them, stuff like that. And I started to see that these biases associated with the words trust and surrender were, in my mind, probably what was making that problem so hard, that question so hard for him, was that he was thinking of, in regards to the question, what does man require to be reunited, trust or surrender, or both? I feel like he was perplexed about thoughts of like, if we all trust each other, we're all like on kind of like walking on eggshells, like, yeah, okay, I'm alright with these folks if they stay to this certain standard for me. You trust them, right? And then he thinks of everybody surrendering to each other, where you think of everybody just becoming, not to use labels, but beta to each other, where, like, no, you hang up the phone first type shit, where it's like everybody will be in a state of weakness amongst each other. And it really, honestly, this whole idea, that question, and then me realizing the biases associated with those two terms, trust and surrender, it really made me rethink and reevaluate how I actually feel about those terms. And how I feel about them. When I hear the word trust, genuine trust to me is, I guess, in a sense, letting down your boundaries with them. But it doesn't have a repercussive, facet on it, where I trust you because you do this for me. It's a sort of, for me, it's a thing you do with yourself where you no longer have to do anything about it, where you trust this person and you aren't expecting something because of this trust, or like not expecting certain things from this person. More just because you trust them doesn't mean you expect them to be a certain way, and it's a different kind of trust where you are boundaryless with them and don't put up fronts in what you say and the way you act and pronounce yourself around them. And as far as surrendering to somebody, the way I see true surrendering is you let go of the idea that there is a hierarchy that is being maintained where, oh, he's up here, so I have to surrender to him, or I'm up here, he's got to surrender to me because I'm up here, that kind of stuff. Just these levels of hierarchy that are involved with the surrendering. I feel that genuine surrendering is a surrender from that hierarchy itself, to the point where you don't care how cool they are, or how smart they are, or how attractive they are compared to you. And it's not about strength, it's not about intelligence, it's not about popularity. It's not about anything besides that you no longer care about those levels associated between you and that person. That to me is true surrender, is no longer giving a fuck about where you're at with them. If you mingle with somebody, you'll know, and they will know, and it doesn't require these maintaining of levels and maintaining of trust. It's not even mentioned. It's silly to mention it. Do you trust me? To people that mutually understand and trust each other, it doesn't have to be mentioned. It's a given with somebody who genuinely connects with you. So that's gonna be it for this video. This was a recent conversation me and my brother had, and I just thought it would make a cool video, so I hope you got something out of this, and I will be back with more.